And now for the Banger Network Climate Change Weather Report. Here's Nerd I'm a Geek.
Well, it started out as a nice morning. A little brisk, but it has been sunny all day. So that's been very nice. We're expecting to have slightly warmer weather over the week, though, which means that'll be nice for me so I don't have to stand out in this cold anymore. We're heading into December, and the forecast is very nice. Warmer than average temperatures through most of the country, so I'm happy about that, too. This is Nerd I'm a Geek with your Banger Network Climate Change Weather Report.
And now over to Shady with your Banger Network Traffic Report.
Well, like always, right around this time of year, all the crazies are out, clogging up the roads, driving up the gas prices, and making the air stink. So I suggest you just stay home and listen to the John Lebang Show. A lot better than dealing with those idiots. Now back to the hillbilly.
In local news, there is an explosion down in Wyandotte which apparently caused a lot of ruckus for everybody living down there. But when everybody looked into it, they found out that it was just a bunch of stupid idiots shooting off fireworks and freaking people out. So everybody just remain calm. The revolution hasn't begun just yet. You can listen to the Banger Network Climate, Traffic, and Weather at the top of every hour. Now on to John.
The John Lebang Show has been known to make people laugh, sing, think, scream, throw things in rage, and generally lose their minds. Listener discretion is advised.
Worldwide and out to the greater universe, you're listening to the John Lebang Show.
Greetings, Earthlings, and alert the media. The Banger is on the microphone. And I've got to deal with a bad case of sore loserism, I guess. We've got to now listen to Hillary Clinton again. We thought we were rid of her, but apparently not. She is now challenging the results in 3 states, Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. Hey, right after Jill Stein was going to challenge it as well. And it's interesting because didn't she concede? Didn't she already say she lost the election? I quit. Sorry to all my folks. I mean, she said it late. Go home, everybody. I don't want to say it now. And then later on, it's like, oh, we lost. Doesn't count, I guess, in Hillary's world. Hillary's a person that doesn't mind screwing up and then just saying, hey, can I have a do-over? Can I have a do-over? What difference does it make anyways, right? Now she's, after she concedes the election, after she congratulates Donald Trump and tells everybody it's time to move on, it's time for us to all get along real well, she doesn't do it. She like, she cried for 3 weeks 2 weeks or however long she's been crying for her. And then somebody got in her brain and said, you know what? Instead of these riots, which they're not working, Hillary, and we're not going to change the electoral votes, we've got to go to Plan C. And Plan C is to literally challenge the election results in any state that she possibly can challenge it. So now we have to deal with that. We thought we were over. We were all planning. We're all planning on dealing with Donald Trump for the next 4 years. The news has been covering him. They give him a special. You're going to screw up the news because they give him a special? I mean, come on. Hillary, again, only thinking of herself. What do you think this is going to do to the country, Hillary, if you somehow successfully challenge in these 3 states. And it's not like votes are going to go your way. It's going to be like you're taking away votes, right? You're going to try to determine certain votes weren't being able to, you couldn't count those votes. They were ineligible. I mean, how are you going to mysteriously, whatever the word is, come up with more votes for you? I'm just wondering. The votes are the votes. Be nice if we could get rid of California, because if we get rid of California, you haven't even a challenge. Why even challenge? Jill Stein started this. Again, I spoke about it in the last hour. How now everything nice I said about Jill Stein is out the window, because come to find out she's a scumbag like everybody else. We should know better. We should know that the people who run for office are scumbags. Every single one of them. It's just the level of scumbaggery you want to deal with. And now we have Hillary, who conceded the election. She said, I lost. I concede the election. Now she's having sour grapes. The riots didn't work. The threatening of the Electoral College didn't work. The petitions on whitehouse.gov didn't work. So now she's got to come out of hiding. She's got to wipe those tears off, put the makeup on, make herself look healthy again, because she's probably, although she probably had a mini stroke while she was gone. She was completely out of the spotlight. We didn't hear a damn thing about her. No speeches. That last little speech, and that was it. She was gone. She went into hiding. Why wouldn't you? If you lost this big of an election, when you thought you were going to win, when you thought you had it rigged for you to win, just too many people countered that rigging. All those dead people. I wonder how many dead people voted for Hillary. Bet you more did than Trump. We'll find that out, I'm sure, some years down the road, when they calculate who was alive and who was dead at that moment, when the election happened. Apparently all the early voting was in Trump's favor. Hillary, you canceled your fireworks. You knew you were going to lose. You canceled them already. And you were drinking. You must have been watching us on YouTube there. We were having the drinking game, and maybe you were having the drinking game with us. But the sour grapes is now being crushed into wine. And now we have to hear about recounts for who knows how long. Who knows how long. And if that doesn't work, maybe they're going to challenge it and go to the Supreme Court and see how that works out. Any way possible. To make the election results turn out in Hillary's favor. And that's what they care about. Whatever turns out in Hillary's favor. Whatever turns out into the left's favor. They don't care that a particular segment of the population who has been discounted for maybe 16 years, but at least the past 8, finally won something. Finally got a champion, be it a, not a good champion. But hey, the little man, the working man, the guy not bound to a union, the hard-working lady, not bound to any political structure, not a feminist. The person who was out there working hard these past 8 to 16, maybe even 24 years, maybe even a little longer, and watch their work stay steady or get more, and their incomes decline and get worse. They finally picked a champion. someone they could relate to. And they got him elected. They came out in droves for him. You think it was the establishment Republicans that voted for Donald Trump? Nah, wasn't them. It was the little guy. The guy who was so sick of the government, sick and tired of the government doing whatever it wanted. Whatever it wanted. And the little guy just had to pay the bill. And the little guy just had to, work harder to survive, because the taxes that were taken out to, do whatever with, fund whatever project, whatever pet project, maybe some bridge to nowhere. Maybe some foreign government. He was sick of it. And although Donald Trump wasn't the perfect candidate for them, they had a better candidate with Ron Paul, but they weren't as sick of it then. It took 8 years of Obama to push him over the edge. Many of these guys would have much rather had Ron Paul over Donald Trump. But Donald Trump, he hit a nerve, and he had the money, something Ron Paul didn't have. And Trump went out and did it at $5 a head. $5 a head. Not too bad. I mean, it's not too bad, folks, if you think about it. And here's Hillary Clinton. She's going to challenge it. She's going to try to change 3 states, 10,000, 11,000 votes here in Michigan. She's either got to find that many plus 1 vote, or she's got to get rid of votes, make them not count. Which way do you think is going to happen? Which do you think is the easier route? They're going to declare a bunch of votes not worthy for whatever reason. That's what they're going to do. They can't mysteriously make new ballots up and add them to the mix. That would make it too suspicious. So they're going to try to get rid of people's votes. Chop out little ones that, this one doesn't count. This one doesn't count. This one doesn't count. That's what they're going to do. How are they going to come up with new ballots? Are they saying that things were people who voted for Hillary voted for Trump? That, well, if they did, we got to find that out. And that's not up to Hillary to challenge. That's up to you, the voter, to challenge. Go in there and find out what your vote was tallied as. How was your vote counted? Do you know? You know you voted, but do you know how it was counted? Did it go to the candidates you chose? Or was it hacked or rigged? I can't tell you. That's up to you. It's not up to Hillary Clinton. She said she would accept the results. Remember when she was crying during the debates and in ads? And in rallies. Donald Trump says he might not accept the results because everything's rigged. And you were making fun of him, Hillary. But now, even after you conceded, you said you lost. You agreed you lost. That's what conceded means. That you said, okay, I lost. I see the results. We don't got it. Sorry. We don't have the number of votes needed in each state. We don't have enough states, that is, to win. Then we got the people talking about, we got to get rid of the Electoral College because it's outdated. It protects the little state. That's what it does. It's brilliant. It is so brilliant that if you can't understand that concept, you probably just, you don't probably have a high IQ. I'm just telling you that. It protects the little state. The Electoral College always protects the minority. And I'm not talking the minority, whether it's gender or race or any of that. In fact, there's no such thing as that in my terms, in my world. There are almost twice as many women on the planet as men. How can women be a minority? You know who pointed that out? My female boss. Not me. She's smart enough to know that. A minority means the smaller amount. That's why we're a republic and not a democracy. And I'm sick and tired of people talking about how we need to protect our democracy. We're not a democracy. We're a republic, and a republic protects. At least our constitutional republic protects the minority. And again, if you're confusing the word minority with some race or some gender, that's because you've been brainwashed. That's not what minority is meant to mean. It is meant to mean the individual, mainly. The small state. The small group of people. That's what the minority is supposed to mean. It's not supposed to be about race or gender, sexual orientation, none of that. It's about the individual. Race shouldn't matter as long as the individual is protected. Gender shouldn't matter as long as the individual is protected. Sexual orientation shouldn't even be brought into the mix. I have people commenting on my videos. Oh, what a great video. I even liked it and I was gay. Why do I need to know that? I don't need to know that. Joe Bob doesn't need to know that. Tina Turner doesn't need to know that. Nobody needs to know that. You want to be gay? That's fine. That's a bedroom, private activity. Keep it to yourself, man. That's all. So the minority is not going to be protected if Hillary Clinton finds a way to shift the election, to shuffle some votes, to eliminate some votes, because I don't see how you're going to add votes to the coffers, ladies and gentlemen. The only way for these states to change colors is to discount a vast number of votes. And those people, well, if they're discounted because they voted for Trump. Got to take a break, folks. More on the flip side.
Don't touch that dial. The John Lebang Show will be right back.
You can bet on it, man.
Sometimes you don't know your destiny until it smacks you right in the face.
We'll try to save as many as we can, but it likely won't be everyone.
We've got only one shot at this. Then we better make it a good one.
Oh, I told you not to pull the lever so hard.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Leroy, get back.
Now everybody get out of here.
Where the hell am I? Damn. Not you again. Mr. Dwarf, fire!
Come to the dark side, you are.
Save me! Abu!
I work again.
Scabby, better buckle up.
It's working.
Hit it! Damn it, Jim. I told you not to mess with the space-time continuum.
Destiny Wars.
Meet your destiny on New Year's Eve. Jailbag.com.
Fans, do you need a video for your brand new song? The Don't have a lot of money? Then contact John Lebang. His reasonable rates, professional look, and fast turnarounds will help get that song off the ground. Contact him at jlebang.com.
You're listening to the John Lebang Show.
Join the radio revolution right here.
It's better than some good Thai stick, man. Yes, I would like some too. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Just to keep on the same topic, and I'm trying to remain calm this evening, trying not to get out of hand over this whole Hillary Clinton challenging the 3 states. That's a lot. If you think about it, that's a heck of a lot to accomplish, to being able to overturn 3 states. 1 state, Michigan, 10,000 or 11,000 votes, within that range. It's still a lot of votes to be able to just switch over or take out or whatever. But to Pennsylvania and Wisconsin, who had larger gaps, to find ways to make those states fall in your favor. 10,000 votes is not small. They act like it is, but it's not. 10,000 votes is still a pretty good amount of votes. They've got to either find going the other direction, eliminate. So these challenges, and it looks like Jill Stein's all part of this. They're using her as a proxy. That's the Clinton way. They don't fight wars directly. They have the funding of rebel groups, and that's how they did Syria. They did some bombing raids in Libya. But the Clinton modus operandi and pretty much the entire Democrat thought pattern when it comes to taking out your enemies, it's to use proxies. Maybe they don't want to get their hands dirty, and personally, to me that seems very, that's a shady way of dealing with it. If you're going to go after your opponent, if you're going to challenge your opponent, then do it face to face like a man. I mean, I don't want to call Hillary a man. She's not a man. She probably doesn't even know how to deal with men on men terms, and if somehow she steals the election, which is just, in my eyes, going to rip the country apart even further than it already is. These planned protests are going to be nothing to the reaction. At least, I will say this, at least I think there'll be a reaction if the American people are so apathetic and they really just don't care who their president is, and they really don't care for truth, justice, and the American way, so to speak. Then nothing will happen. But I have a feeling that if Hillary Clinton is successful in ripping, right? I mean, we already know we're set up. We know Donald Trump's going to be president, and now we don't know it because Hillary and her proxy and Jill Stein are attempting to foil the election results, to tamper with it after the fact. You conceded, Hillary. Do you remember? Here.
Last night, I congratulated Donald Trump and offered to work with him on behalf of our country. I hope that he will be a successful president for all Americans.
And remember when Hillary at the debate said it was horrifying that Donald Trump wasn't going to accept the election results.
There is a tradition in this country, in fact, one of the prides of this country is the peaceful transition of power, and that no matter how hard fought a campaign is, that at the end of the campaign, that the loser concedes to the winner. Not saying that you're necessarily going to be the loser or the winner, but that the loser concedes to the winner, and that the country comes together in part for the good of the country. Are you saying you're not prepared now to commit to that principle?
What I'm saying is that I will tell you at the time. I'll keep you in suspense.
Well,
okay?
Chris, let me respond to that because that's horrifying. And it's funny, but it's also really troubling.
Okay.
Now, that is not the way our democracy works. We've been around for 240 years. We've had free and fair elections. We've accepted the outcomes when we may not have liked them. And that is what must be expected of anyone standing on a debate stage during a general election.
Is it not horrifying that Hillary Clinton is now not accepting the election results after she gave up. This is my biggest problem, and I'm going to try to remain calm during this, ladies and gentlemen, but it gets me fired up because I'm so sick and tired of this crap. You gave up. You lost the game. You played a game, and at the end you said, you know what, I give up. I didn't wait till the very end. Michigan still had votes to be counted. Other states had votes to be counted. If you were going to challenge something, wouldn't you want to not concede? Wouldn't you want to just make sure, yeah, you know what? Sorry, Donald, we would concede, but there are a bunch of states we're going to challenge on you. Don't you have that stuff in place the night of the election just in case, or you didn't plan for that? And because after you conceded, Hillary Clinton, after you decided, you know what? We don't want to accept the results. It's horrifying. It's horrifying. We don't want to accept the election results, so what we're going to do is we're going to challenge them after the fact. The whole country's preparing for Trump. Not even the whole country, the whole world is prepping for Donald Trump. And here you go, challenging after the fact. The riots didn't work to sway the American people to change anything. The threats on the Electoral College did nothing. At least we don't know. They haven't voted yet. They haven't voted yet. That's what this challenge is about, folks. To sway those electoral votes. To sway them. The whole country went red. You got the liberal pockets. You got California, 55 votes. You have New York, I think it's like 29 or more. It's a whole bunch of votes there. It's a whole bunch of votes. You get rid of California, and it's a landslide swamping of Hillary Clinton. Cremation of Hillary Clinton. She doesn't even stand a chance. You take, New York and Texas aren't that far apart, right? And New York, I mean, really, they're a smaller state as far as, land mass, but they have a lot of people packed in. And they vote Democrat every time. See, it's harder for a Republican or anything but a Democrat to win the presidency. We'll just say that. It is harder because automatically you get 55 electoral votes in your favor. In your favor. Democrats, 55. No other state out there is even close. You have to put 2 or 3 states together to come up with and then you add New York in it, and then you got to add like 4, maybe even 5 states that constantly vote Republican to counterbalance that. So it's all in the Democrats' favor, and they won nothing except in the population centers. That's why they want the popular vote to take precedence over an electoral vote and just to get rid of the electoral vote, because they can just swamp the population centers with all the same type of thinking people, and that way they can control every election, and that way, like, presidential candidates never have to come to places like Iowa or North Dakota or Ohio. It won't even matter. You won't even see the president. It doesn't even matter. These people, they don't understand what the Electoral College is. Each state is a separate entity. Okay, each state is a nation upon itself. So it has its own leverage, its own voice. It's not part of the whole. The only time it's part of the whole is when we're in defense of the whole. We have a mutual defense pact with 49 other states, the state of Michigan, that is. That's really what the union is about. And people don't even get that. People think California is a city or something. A city, it's not a separate state. It's just the biggest of the country, and everybody should vote the way of California. Everybody should go that way. Look at the taxes out there. beautiful, isn't it? Just that's what you want in the United States. You want California running it for you. You want places like New York. You know, flyover country, that part in the middle there, the reason they call it flyover, they don't care about you guys. Us here in the Midwest, we don't matter. California, New York, and all the adjoining little states, they go the same way as they do. Not happy with the election. They would be perfectly fine in calling Donald Trump a whiny little baby if it was reversed and they won the election and Donald Trump was challenging. Donald Trump, I can tell you right now, would have challenged it right away. He would have never conceded. If he thought there was some hanky-panky going on in the states that he was concerned about, well, he wouldn't have conceded the election and he would have been challenging it from the very beginning. I'm 100% certain about that. Donald Trump, like him or not, the guy, when he has a plan, when he has a goal, he just full speed ahead towards it. And he doesn't stop. He said it was going to be a disappointment if he didn't win. So he was going to go full bore to get if it was reversed from the beginning. But the Democrats, they wait a couple weeks. They wipe their tears, fix their little butt hurt there. Ooh, we got butt hurt. And Hillary Clinton's camp are trying to do. Second half hour coming your way right after this.
Don't go anywhere. The John Lebang Show will be right back. Don't be a fool. Ladies, it doesn't matter if it's morning, noon, or night. Whether you've worked all day or you just woke up. If you got the thirst, just wet your lips on a BJ. BJ beer, brewed right here in the great state of Michigan. Who wants a BJ?
Well, winter's coming, and that means snow. And you sure as hell don't want to be shoveling it yourself, so contact John. He'll come and do it. Let him freeze his butt off. Why do you want to do it? And he's cheap. Just look him up on Facebook, John Snow Removal, because you really don't want to do it.
Hey, man, it's at the bottom of the hour, man. Do you know where your kids are, man?
Forces of darkness, the treasonable minds who collaborate, must, can, and will be wiped from the face of the earth.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we're winding down this week's broadcasting excellence. Once again, we're on the subject of Hillary Clinton, or the things that she's done. Because she doesn't want to go away, I guess we can't let her get away with anything. And apparently on Black Friday, you probably weren't paying attention. You were out busy shopping, or maybe you were still in a turkey coma. But WikiLeaks released more documents, 500 pages, and it deals with, Yemen. Do you know what's going on in Yemen? Probably not. But that is one of the 6 or so wars that are going on right now that the U.S. is involved in one manner or another. According to these Yemen files, it offers evidence of the U.S. arming, training, and funding of Yemeni forces in the years building up to the war. The documents reveal, among other things, procurement of many different weapon types, including aircraft, vessels, that's boats, for you people out there in New York who maybe not have the brains for any words that are different. Vehicles, proposals of maritime border security control. They can have border control. They can have some sort of wall in Yemen funded by the United States, but apparently we can't do it here in the U.S. because it's racist. That's the mindset of people like Hillary Clinton and and Barack Hussein Obama. Donald, he just wants to build the wall. They're building it in Yemen. We're building it in Yemen. And procurement of, get this, U.S. biometric systems. So we're giving them all this stuff. A U.S. presence remained there in the country, that's Yemen, until February 2015, when the U.S. suddenly closed their embassy due to continuing unrest between factions in the country. A war broke out a year later. Oh my goodness. Can you believe that? Here we are funding rebel groups again. Yemeni forces, we're just funding them, very much like we did in Syria. That's Barack Obama. That's how they do it. It's through proxies, and they just fund it, and all of a sudden a war breaks out as soon as we leave on top of it. We were lucky to get out of there on time. Whew, I'm telling you, we must have learned from Benghazi or something. I'm not sure. But we learned to get the hell out of Dodge before all the crap happened. When you're running guns and military weapons and stuff to rebel forces, eventually that stuff is going to spring into something bigger than just a small rebellion. And you need to get the hell out of there. So, so your people don't get hurt. And of course, that was going on. That was set in motion during the Clinton tenure over at the State Department. Barack Obama continued it while he was there. John Kerry, the lurch there. Mr. Skull and Bones himself, he's carried on, just fine. Hey, he's getting special deals too. He learned from Clinton. I mean, Hillary's probably set precedents for all the Secretary of States to come in the future. Hey, you can run pay-for-play deals out of the State Department. No big deal. No big deal. You can fund rebel groups, and as long as you're paying attention and know when to get the hell out, when you're funding them, you might want to get information like, hey, you're going to use this to bomb somebody soon or what? I mean, this is a lot of weapons, Oops. This is a lot of weapons. You going to hold some fireworks soon? I mean, what do you think these groups do with these weapons, Remember when everybody got so mad over Iran-Contra? Do you remember that? I mean, people are still fuming about it. Oh, Reagan sucked because of Iran-Contra. It's like crickets now. Silence. It's deafening. You don't hear anything about Yemen, Libya, Syria. The left is completely quiet. We just had a soldier die in Syria. A soldier. We have boots on the ground. Did you know that? I'm sure if you listen to my show, you knew that. But if you were listening to the mainstream media the whole time and you just happen to come across me right now, you probably didn't know that we had troops in Syria. Boots on the ground. Mm-hmm. Special forces doing their thing. And we had a guy die there just recently. Normally to do that, we would have to declare war on that country. We haven't officially done that. But, take that up with Congress and the president. I can't tell you why we haven't declared war with Syria. Probably because there's no reason to declare war on them. And we're there for, I don't know why. I really don't. You would say for humanitarian reasons, but it was because we went there that there is a humanitarian problem. So it can't be because of that. So, you try to add all this stuff up and you're trying to figure this out and you're like, sounds more like something's crooked, right? The Clinton crime family is at it again. They're never going to go away, folks. If you thought, and even I had the small hope that Hillary Clinton and the crime family would disappear into the ether and we'd never have to hear about their stupid family ever again. But no. Now they're challenging. Now they can't accept the results. If Donald Trump had lost and he would have challenged, they'd be calling him all kinds of names you can't see. We told you he would never accept the results, blah, 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 blah. And now it's the Clinton crime family claiming the election must have been rigged. It must have been hacked, guess by the Russians, our direct opponent in Syria. I mean, okay. This is the stuff that comes out of our politicians. And this is the stuff that if the American people are going to continue to be apathetic, they're going to get the election ripped off from under their feet. I'd be preparing folks for some wackiness happening between now and the inauguration. Some kind of craziness going on. In fact, I'm not going to be scheduled to be on the radio very often over the next month because we're going to have all these specials. I mean, these normal broadcasts anyways, where I'm bringing you the news and giving you commentary. So we're going to have to transfer, and I'll ask you to do that if you are not a subscriber to my YouTube channel, or if you don't go to my website. I'd ask you to start doing that at least over the next month, because I'm going to at least keep up with the current events on my YouTube channel. I can do a 10-minute video there. I can do a 15-minute segment there if I need, and to bring information to you. So if you're not familiar with my YouTube channel, go to youtube.com/LebangYourHead, or when you get there and you just type in the search engine Banger Incorporated, Banger INC, and you can find my channel there. I ask you to subscribe it. You'll be able to keep up to date with all the latest information, because that's where I'm going to be doing the commentary and the news dissemination from over the month of December, because the radio stations deserve some for putting up with me and putting up with my antics throughout the year. They deserve special programming for the Christmas holiday season, and that's what everybody's getting on the radio stations. They're getting the best of the best, and they don't need to deal with my commentary during that time period. We're supposed to be having fun, and so you guys are going to get the best of the best on all the affiliate networks, but on the YouTube channel and my website, we'll keep you up to date on the daily happenings of what kind of shenanigans and outlandish things that either the Democrat Party or Donald Trump or whatever's in the news, whatever is happening, we'll keep you up to date there, because we're not stepping away. What we're doing is taking a break from the big radio shows to make the big show, the brand new epic special. And a lot of you have been clamoring to hear the old specials rerun, and a lot of stations haven't heard them yet, or the listeners on those stations, they haven't been aired on those stations. So this is a great opportunity for all of you to catch up on these great radio dramas. Excellent stuff that we produce here at the John Lebang Show. So you'll have to go to the YouTube for the updated news, but that's okay, because you'll be able to you don't have to spend an hour there. You can get the videos on demand, which is awesome. You can go to my website and they'll be listed. So if you don't have, if you can't figure out how to go through all of my videos on my website, right there on the main page. And if you haven't been to my website, you really need to go, because it's so great. It's very easy to navigate around. The videos are right there on the front page. It's like a TV. You just you get to the page and you click it and you can watch all the videos that are on there. You can get to the archives. Are very easy the link is very easy to find, as well as a whole bunch of other things, what services we offer. And so this will be a good way for everybody who still wants to keep up on the relevant news and the information you're not getting in the mainstream. You can do it there at the YouTube channel or at my website, www.jlebang.com. And that way you can keep up with all of that. And then still listen to the radio broadcasts and hear the excellent work that we produce here on the John Lebang Show. Funny, science fiction, drama. It's all there for your entertainment purposes. All right, folks. We're going to take a quick time out as we are heading into the final segment.
Don't touch that dial. The John Lebang Show will be right back.
You can bet on it, man.
Sometimes you don't know your destiny until it smacks you right in the face.
We'll try to save as many as we can, but it likely won't be everyone.
We've got only one shot at this. Then we better make it a good one.
Oh, I told you not to pull the lever so hard.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Leroy, get back.
Now everybody get out of here.
Where the hell am I? Damn. Not you again. Mr. Dwarf, fire!
Come to the dark side, you are.
Save me! Abu!
I work again.
Scabby. Better buckle up.
It's working.
Hit it.
Damn it, Jim. I told you not to mess with the space-time continuum.
Destiny Wars. Meet your destiny on New Year's Eve. Jailbag.com.
You know, if you're getting married soon and you need good entertainment, you need to contact John Lebang. He's got 30 years of experience of wedding entertainment under his belt, and there is no one better and no one cheaper. He's running a special to the end of the year, $500 for your wedding if you book now. Contact John Lebang by email at jlebang@live.com or go to his website. That's www.jlebang.com.
If you want to call into the John Lebang Show, just dial 313-444-8919 or send us an email at jlebang@live.com, or you can just join the chat room at the station you're listening to. Banger.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Just want to maybe change gears here a little bit before we get to Cool or Uncool. I came across this article in the New York Post, and it really struck a nerve with me. I have a friend that actually brings this up a little bit, and this is maybe, if you're listening, bro, this I think hits home with you. So let me get into this. It says, nobody has real friends anymore. Imagine you're skimming your Twitter feed and notice a stream of sad tweets from a college friend. Without a moment's thought, you send a funny GIF or GIF across a digital divide, content that you've cheered up your friend and made a positive mark on their day. But wait, you can't quite remember where they live these days or what they really do. Did you miss their birthday? Well, chances are you're going to pop over to Facebook and reassure yourself that you've caught up on all their milestones. Then go about your daily business. But really, are you still friends even though you haven't seen each other in years? Or spoken in a non-digital medium? And are those tools for staying connected actually making you a worse friend? Well, according to my friend and this little article here, it very possibly is. That's because you're spending all your time on the digital realm there, virtual friending people, virtual liking their posts, virtually wishing them happy birthday. You're not calling them. You're not saying, Hey, man, happy birthday to you. No, you're not doing that. You're sending a little smack on their wall on Facebook. Hey, I remembered you. Actually, Facebook remembered you. And I was lucky enough to see in the little Facebook feed there that it says, oh, friends' birthdays today. I better say happy birthday to everybody. And I get the point of the article because I see it as well. People don't call each other anymore. I get texts. And that's it. Get texts from everybody. I call people, and a lot of people don't even want to talk on the phone anymore. They're real short. Yeah. All right. Bye. Remember when you were younger? Us older people, that is. And you could talk to somebody for an hour or 2 hours on the phone. Do you remember that? Your mom would yell at you. Your mom would just scream at you, get off the phone! Get off the phone! Gotta use the phone! Can't keep the phone tied up for all that time. Not anymore. Everybody's got their own cell phone and they're texting everybody. They're not texting, they're Snapchatting, and that's the modern way of socializing, I suppose. Say what you want, and then bam, you just post it and it goes away in a few minutes or a few hours or whatever it takes. I don't Snapchat. That's people have been talking, John, you should Snapchat. Well, why? I've got hour-long chats right here on the radio and on YouTube. I don't need to Snapchat. I have my own radio show. I have more opinion than a 2-second one. I don't want to show off this or that or the other thing. If you're watching on YouTube, if I want to show off something, see these things behind me, little TVs? I just put it up on there. But that's how people socialize. I notice it. I don't see many people anymore. I mean, I understand. It's busy out there. You have your own life. They've occupied us. And when you've worked all day and when you've struggled all day to get home, to relax, to have dinner, you probably just want to plop yourself in front of a television, don't you? Or in front of the YouTube. And you really don't want to go out and do things. Or call somebody up on the phone. And what kind of friendship is that when you're not literally connected? Do you even remember some of your relatives' voices? When the people you were growing up with that you used to see? You see their face on Facebook, and that's always one of their best pictures normally. That's not entirely true. Some of the pictures I see on Facebook, I'm like, why did you do that to yourself? The strangest things, like I said in the last hour, we're weird. Normal does not exist anymore. The country as a whole is just outright weird, strange. Anything normal is rejected. Everything outlandish and crazy and weird and almost unhuman is accepted as being different, as being diversified, as, we have to accept everybody for who they are. Okay, I guess. Who they want to be or who they are. See, that's people get confused, and I think we're a little confused over what is a friend, because we think because there's 700 friends on Facebook, you have 700 friends. Nah. I have 769. I don't know how many friends I have on Facebook. I conversate with 10. Some family members, a couple of friends outside of Facebook, and then people I work with. That's it. I guess that's where they want us to be right now. They don't want us to have these large groups of friends where everybody likes you. But on the other hand, people are so devious these days, it's best you don't have large groups of friends because you can't trust large groups of friends.
Hey, John, you ready for me yet?
Yeah, come on in, Shady. We're about ready to wrap this up for this evening.
Cool, because I don't want to do this too long. We went real long last hour.
Yeah, no, we talked for like 6 or 7 minutes, I think.
Yeah, I don't want to be on that long on the radio. I know I'm helping your ratings and all, but, I've got other things to do.
You mean like drinking beer?
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Drinking some beer.
I thought we only had that wheat beer.
Well, I got to drink something until you get more of that BJ beer in here.
Oh, you rapping now?
What do you mean I'm rapping?
Well, you were rhyming there.
I wasn't rhyming on purpose.
All right, then. Well, what's tonight's cool or uncool, Shady?
Well, it took me a long time to figure this one out, and it comes down to this. Hillary Clinton to go away forever.
Wow, that's a good one, Shady.
I told you I always think of good ones.
Well, if you want to join the conversation, you can send us an email at jlebang@live.com, or you can just make your comments in the chat room.
And if you want to call in, just dial 313-444-8919.
And our first call comes from Florida, where she's listening in on Raw Talk Radio Online. Cora, what say you?
Cool! We should go away!
All right, thanks for your call. Listening in on 920 WON The Apple, Donald, what say you?
I would like to promise and pledge to all of my voters and supporters and to all of the people of the United States that I will totally accept the results of this great and historic presidential election if I win.
Thanks for your call. Up next, we go out to Las Vegas, where he's listening in on Radio Vegas. Abu, what say you?
I am out here still having a fun time.
Well, why are you calling in?
I want to dedicate a song to Ditzy Stupid.
Oh my God, again.
Well, what song are you going to sing for us today, Abu?
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. You are so beautiful.
Oh Lord.
To me, can't you see?
I used to like Joe Cocker.
You're everything I hope for.
Oh my God, he's turning over in his grave right
You're
now.
everything I need.
Hang up on him, John, please.
You are so beautiful.
Don't put us through this torture.
This is like the Love Connection. Okay, Abu. All right, thanks for your call.
It keeps getting worse and worse with him.
What can I say, Shady? I like having him on.
Whatever.
Now out to Georgia, Ditzy, what say you?
Oh, John, thank you for letting him sing me that song. Come here, Abu.
Okay, thanks for your call. Listening in on the 365 Network in Canton, Ohio, Rusty, what say you?
Hillary should be going down.
Damn right.
That's all I gotta say about that.
Okay, thanks for your call.
Well, at least you have one intelligent listener.
What are they saying in the chat room, Shady?
I don't know. And Vinny's trying to pick her up.
He's always trying to pick her up.
Well, married man, what can I say? Are we done yet? I'm ready to get out of here.
Yeah, we're just about done.
I'll talk to you later. Bye.
And that's it, ladies and gentlemen, for yet another 60 minutes of sonic vibrations known as the John Lebang Show. I want to thank all my affiliate stations for all their support they've given me this 2016. Great things are coming in 2017 and beyond. Don't forget to go to my website. That's www.jlebang.com. Thank you all for listening. And until the vibrations of my vocal cords reach your ears again, this is John Lebang. I am signing off.
4, 3, 2, 1. We have liftoff. Tune in again next week. Same time, same space, same station.
Resistance is futile.
Hey, what's everybody doing in here?
Oh, man, we're smoking a bong, man.
And we're drinking that beer.
You mean you're all just having a party?
Well, we figured Christmas was coming, and it's about time we have some fun.
Well, ho, 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 give me one of those beers.
That's what I said.
Uncle Shady, do you want to hit this?
Stone with the weed, I am. Well, hand me some of that before you guys take it all over.
Well, you guys couldn't wait for me?
Oh, man, they just wanted to party, man.
Come on in and have a seat, John.
It's a party!
Munchies, I have.
Here, try these brownies.
Yeah, man, I made them with the weed, man. It's a party!